Today we are taking a look at the collaboration between XTRFY and Rocket Jump Ninja. This is the MZ1 wireless. Included in the box we have the mouse, braided USB Type-C cable, the adapter, the dongle, a screwdriver, the manual, and the lower profile hump. For the main clicks, we have KLGM 8.0 switches. Both of my main clicks feel nice and tactile, and they are extremely responsive. They definitely did a good job on selecting these switches for this mouse. And of course, here is a quick sound test for all of you weirdos that enjoy that. The MZ1 comes in at about 61 grams. As for the sensor, we have a 3370. I know this is already kind of an outdated sensor, but I personally didn't mind or notice anything wrong with this sensor, so all in all, not a terrible pick. First, let's talk about the shape. This shape is extremely polarizing because of this exaggerated teardrop shape with the original hump. This hump can, of course, be brought down with the extra back shell, but I really didn't enjoy the smaller shell because it made the mouse feel very square when it touched my palm. The shape is pretty cool because it brings all of my fingers together, almost like the G303, so it felt extremely precise at times, but I noticed that after extended use, my hands would start to cramp up. This introduced the first big problem that I have with this mouse: the size. This mouse is incredibly small. It doesn't look like it, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this, but this mouse is almost the same size as the Razer Orochi. I kept thinking that I'd be able to use the larger hump to give me more of a feeling where the mouse locks into my palm to make precise arm aiming a little more viable. This simply isn't the case. If I attempt to use the hump in this fashion, I'm forced into more of a twists type claw grip where my palm rests on top of the mouse. I had varying luck with this grip, but it just felt awkward and it was very inconsistent. This also created a problem where the side buttons were almost unusable. They were so far back that I could really only use the front side button, and the back side button was just there for style. With that being said, this mouse was designed in a way to almost work as training wheels for fingertip grip. On the sides of the mouse, there are flat spots with holes to help train your fingers into a consistent grip. I have fairly large hands, and the two flat spots for my ring and pinky fingers are actually too far back for me to feel comfortable, meaning I prefer if my fingers rest directly on the holes on the right side of the mouse. I don't mind the holes since my daily driver for tack shooters is the Starlight 12, but it might affect you and makes the flat spots kind of pointless. With all of that being said, the MZ1 is a shape that is probably not for most people. Now onto the skates. These skates are surprisingly good. They feel very waxy to the touch, but an immediate upgrade isn't wholly necessary. They make the mouse feel much lighter than it really is, which is a good thing. This mouse also includes a feature, and I'm using this word very lightly, where you can shift or adjust the weight of this mouse with these two screws located on the bottom. My copy actually came with the back screw half on and half off of the guide, so I had to completely unscrew it and try to move the screw around until it sat where it was supposed to. Once I was able to mess around with the weight transfer positions, I honestly didn't really notice much difference in any of the positions, so I just left everything towards the front and left it there. In terms of recommended grip styles, I would highly recommend this mouse if you have small to medium hands or play strictly in a fingertip grip. Palm, claw, and any variation of the sort are almost completely out for someone like me. There is no software associated with this mouse, but just holding down certain button configurations and flicking this switch on the bottom, you can actually change just about everything from the debounce time to the RGB itself. With all of that being said, I think that this mouse is awesome, but it is definitely not for most people. If you're a real aim enthusiast and you want to try to work on improving your fingertip grip or just getting a little bit more control over the mouse, then this mouse is definitely for you. If you're just an average gamer that already has your grip and you're just trying to improve your aim as a whole, then this mouse is probably not going to be comfortable for you unless you have really small hands. A few things that I kind of wish had changed from the original wired version is I wish that they upgraded the sensor to maybe a $33.89, especially at that $120 price range. These side clicks, I kind of wish these side buttons were just a little bit longer, but other than that, this mouse feels and plays incredibly. It's just a little too niche for most people. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and if you did, please do not forget to the like button because it really does help support the channel. Also, subscribe if you guys would like to see more mouse reviews or gaming content. And with all of that being said, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, not because I told you to, but because you should.